Hello, my name is John Painter, and I'm Director of Athletic Communications at Colgate University. I want to welcome you all to today's special announcement regarding our men's and women's track and field and cross-country programs. And to make that announcement, it's my pleasure to introduce Colgate University Vice President and Director of Athletics, Dr. Nikki Moore.
Thank you so much, JP. We're at such a special time and a unique time in our history right now, and there are days like today when we get to announce a new member of our community are so special. And it wasn't that long ago that these days were that these sort of opportunities of finding the next leaders of our varsity programs were some of the bigger challenges. And I tell you what, we have really outdone ourselves in addressing and meeting this challenge. Track and field and cross country at Colgate has a long history, and back to 1901. So track and field has been at Colgate well over 100 years. As the second oldest sport at Colgate. Our men's program back to 1901, our women's program, I believe, back to 1990, and has had highly esteemed scholar athletes come through this program. It's a special program for us. It's for me in particular, personally, I have a love and a bit of a bias toward track and field, given my own history as a track and field student athlete. It's a beautiful sport. It brings people together from all backgrounds and has such a diversity of talent and people. It truly serves as a cauldron where folks develop lifelong relationships while performing their sport and competing and cheering each other on. And so at Colgate, I'm so glad that we have our track and field and cross country programs and have new leadership going into this time that is ahead of us. Last fall, in the fall of 2019, our at that time track and field coach got a new job as a head coach elsewhere, and so we were left with a vacancy at an unusual time. And as I considered what our options were at that time, it didn't feel like the right time to conduct a national search. And I also thought about, what needs does our community have? What does our track and field program need? We needed stability. We needed someone who I knew could lead in all kinds of situations, someone who I knew I could trust implicitly. And I thought about the people that I've met through track and field throughout my life and career. I reached out to a former colleague who I wanted to get some direction from, and thought maybe in the back of my mind we might be able to convince to come and lead our program, at least on an interim basis. And sure enough, we managed to work through the details, and he agreed to come and provide that leadership, even though this was quite a different type of institution than he had been a part of before, in quite a different region of the country. And so our coach, who we are announcing today, has been with us actually since last fall. He is incredibly experienced. He has served at 4 different universities. He has graduated wonderful scholar athletes throughout his career. He has coached 57 NCAA All-Americans. He has served on the coaching staff of the World University Games. He's coached at the highest level, even at the Olympics, and even has coached and mentored one Rhodes Scholar who also happened to have been a 2-time national champion in Garrett Johnson at Florida State. This coach knows how to coach. He knows how to lead. He knows how to care about student athletes. He embodies our virtues of thoughtful, driven, cohesive, enthusiastic, and bold. And I am so thrilled to be able to announce to you that our new coach for track and field, our new director and head coach of track and field at Colgate University, is Harless Metters. Coach, take it away.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate all the kind words. It's an accumulation of over 28 years of being in the sport and having the opportunity to work at fantastic universities under exceptional leadership. And your leadership and the leadership of our president was one of the reasons that I really chose to return back to Colgate. It is a fantastic institution. It is not nearly as cold as people told me it was going to be, or either we just had a mild winter. But uh, in my time at Colgate since November, I've really grown to love the village and love the kids that make up the student body. They are truly a unique cohort, exceptionally talented, exceptionally driven, and exceptionally motivated to represent the university at the highest level and to help us elevate the cross country and track and field programs. I did not realize we had been around since 1901. That's a considerable amount of time. I thought I'd been doing it for a long time, but 1901 is absolutely amazing. But it goes to show the history of the university and the importance of the sport. Like you said, track and field is a sport where we have an opportunity to work with both men and women from different backgrounds and have a chance to mold ideas and to help young men and women grow. And that's really one of the true things that I love about the sport. It's not only what you learn on the track, but what you learn off the track working with these young kids as they go through this important phase in their lives. I truly believe that Colgate University has the structure to be an exceptional track and field program that we can compete at the highest level. That's going to take the continued support of our president, the department, and the support of our alumni. So I'm excited to meet the alumni. I'm excited to get back to Hamilton and embrace our kids as soon as it's safe to do so, and go about the job of helping to elevate our athletic department. I'm also excited to lend my voice in any way that I can in supporting the university as we go through many of the challenges that we have, whether that's coronavirus or the social things that are going on in our community. I think it's an important time in history. And I think it's an important time for leaders to step up and lead and express their voices. And I'm excited to play any part that I can in helping Colgate become the community that we all want it to be, and we all know that it is.
Well, we are so excited to have you, Coach Metters, and you have demonstrated your contribution, the kind of contributions that you can make in the short time that you've been here. We have a plan for elevating track and field at Colgate, and that's in large thanks to you and the work that you've done. We have now the leadership to continue that work, and I can't wait to get to work with you.
All right, Coach, I think I'm going to put on my reporter hat for a second and ask you a few questions. Make this virtual, a real virtual press conference. Your debut season obviously was an abbreviated one, but you were able to lead the Raiders during the indoor campaign, the indoor season. You know, hey, you had Warren Carter. Warren Carter, what a season! He was killing the 60-meter hurdles. It seemed like every week it was a new record, a broken record there, a program record. And on his way to second place at the Patriot League, which was, I believe, the best Colgate finish in any event since 2013. As you mentioned before, on and off the track, he then was named Scholar Athlete of the Year for Colgate. Quite a season for Warren leading the men's side.
Definitely an exceptional job for Warren, and I think he's it's sort of an example of what we're trying to do at Colgate. Warren's a tremendous student. Did an outstanding job leading our team and also performed at the highest level on the track. He's a silent assassin in that you never really see it. He's not outspoken, but once he puts on the uniform, he becomes a true warrior. It's amazing to see him in competitive avenues where there are people as talented or more talented and racing at the high levels and always rising to the challenge no matter what it might have been. We were really excited about the outdoor season and watching him continue to grow as a 110 hurdler, because we truly believe that may have been a better event for him. We had aspirations of going to the NCAA prelims and perhaps even challenging to go on beyond that. But of course, those aspirations were cut short. That was out of our control. But again, I think Warren did a fantastic job. I think the coaching staff did a fantastic job of helping him through this abbreviated season, and truly a great kid, and I wish we had him back for another year.
And then Rachel Schaff was fifth at the Patriot League meet. in the triple jump. She went on to compete at the ECAC championships. How did she help lead your women's program?
So Rachel was definitely impacting our program as a leader on and off the track. A little more vocal than Warren, which was great. She was one of the first kids that I met when I got to campus in November, and she really expressed her desire to be successful. She's extremely bright, but she also wanted to make sure that she could continue to excel as an athlete. And throughout the year, like Warren, she just continued to get better and better each competition, highlighting by actually scoring points at the conference championships and progressing to the IC4As. I think she's a fantastic young lady. She will be back with us next year. We're looking to add some other individuals to her group to give her some training partners, but I think she's going to be a vital part in helping us elevate the women's program as we move forward. I think Warren and Rachel both are just examples of some of the kids that we have. Again, incredibly bright kids. These kids are dedicated in the classroom, but they're also dedicated to pursuing their academic endeavors. It's amazing when you go into practice and they're warming up and we're talking about throwing the shot put and somebody else is talking about their physics labs, and it's just a great culture to be around. And it's really, when I say a culture, it's not just one or two kids. Everybody is really striving to be the best. We'll be on the bus trips home and you look back and everybody's got their computers out and they're studying, they're getting back to being students. And that's one of the things that I really like about Colgate University. It's the norm. Everybody wants to be great, both in the classroom and on the track.
Yeah, Coach, if I could follow up what you just mentioned there a minute ago, do you like who you have coming back and the athletes you have coming in as well?
I'm really excited about the kids that are coming back. I think that we had a brief time together to really try to get to know each other, and that was a great learning experience. I think that we've elevated the expectations. We're trying to elevate the culture a little bit, and I believe that the kids are receptive to that. And then having the new kids coming in with a clean slate so that we can say, hey, this is the model, this is what we're trying to do, and to have the returning kids help us establish that platform. I think that in a very short duration, hopefully 2 to 3 years with, again, continued support and effective recruiting, that we can really move the needle. I think that we should be more competitive, and our desire is to be more competitive, not only as a coaching staff, but among our kids within the Patriot League, and also to excel beyond that.
Okay, Nikki, any closing comments for us?
Yeah, it's such a pleasure and an honor to get to hire someone that that you trust, that you have seen be courageous and thoughtful in everything that he does. And so to get to welcome Harless, and especially to get to welcome his wife Judy into the Colgate community is just it's a great day for Colgate.
My wife Judy and I are excited about Hamilton, excited about the university, and really eager to contribute everything that we can to making Colgate the place that we all want it to be. So we're looking forward to it. Can't wait to get back.
Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations, Nikki. Great job with today's announcement, and thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you, JP.
Go Gate.